Hey everyone, welcome back to AfterClass English. I'm Emma, and today we're diving into one of the most important topics for every learner.
And I'm Philip. If you struggle to learn English consistently or lose motivation after a few days, this episode will help you build a simple daily habit that actually works.
Let's start with something most people don't realize. Learning English is not about studying for long hours. It's about showing up every day, even for a few minutes.
Exactly. The brain loves repetition, not intensity. 5 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week.
Many learners tell me they feel guilty because they don't study enough.
Yes, but guilt is not a strategy. Habits form when the action is easy. If learning feels heavy, you won't return tomorrow.
So the first step is making your daily practice small, really small, something you can always do even on a busy day.
For example, listening to a short story while making coffee, or repeating 3 sentences on your way to work.
I like to tell learners to connect English with something they already do. That way the habit becomes automatic.
Right. This method is called habit stacking. You take an existing habit and attach a new one to it.
For example, you brush your teeth every morning. After that, you read one short paragraph in English.
Or every time you open your phone, you listen to 30 seconds of an English clip.
These micro actions don't feel like studying, but over weeks and months, they create big progress.
Another important point is avoiding perfection. Many people think their practice must be long or difficult to count.
But even a small moment of English still trains your brain. What matters is consistency, not difficulty.
And when a habit is easy, you stop thinking about motivation. You just do it.
Exactly. Motivation is unreliable. Habits are stable.
Another thing that helps is creating a simple environment for learning. If English content is easy to access, you will use it more.
Yes. Save your favorite videos or audio samples so you can start learning with one click.
And remove obstacles. If you must search for a book, open an app, wait for a login, you won't do it consistently.
Let's talk about tracking progress. Many learners want a big change quickly, but real learning grows quietly.
A great trick is to write down one small thing you learned each day. A new word, a sentence, a moment you understood something.
When you look back after a month, you realize how much you improved.
And that feeling creates motivation to continue.
So, let's summarize the key ideas. First, make your practice small and simple.
Second, connect English to something you already do every day.
Third, remove obstacles and make learning easy.
And fourth, celebrate small wins because they show real progress.
If you build a tiny daily habit, English becomes a natural part of your day.
And when something becomes natural, you stop asking yourself if you have time or motivation. You simply do it.
Before we end, let us explore one more thing that helps people stay consistent. Many learners do not realize how powerful environment and identity are when building a habit.
That is true. Your environment can either support your learning or block it. If English is always visible around you, your brain stays connected to it.
For example, changing your phone language to English or keeping a small notebook on your desk reminds your mind that English is part of your day.
And identity is even more important. When you say to yourself, I am someone who learns English every day, the habit becomes part of who you are, not just something you do.
Yes, identity shapes behavior. If you believe you are the kind of person who practices daily, you start acting that way naturally.
A useful technique is the 2-minute identity ritual. Every morning, you do a tiny English action that confirms your identity as a learner.
It can be reading one sentence, listening to a short audio, or thinking in English for a moment.
The point is not the size of the action, but the signal it sends to your brain.
Consistency begins with identity and grows through repetition.
And once you feel like English is part of your identity, you no longer push yourself. The habit becomes automatic.
Now we can wrap up. Start with small steps, build consistency, connect English to daily routines, and shape an identity that supports your learning.
With these tools, English becomes simpler and more enjoyable every day.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Start small, start today.
And keep going step by step. See you next time.